for those people who have survived that horrific event, may have lost loved ones, no doubt had all of their worldly possessions burnt, and yet it's just offering them a 12-month immigration amnesty, regardless of their immigration status, instead of what I think is the human but also the common sense thing to do, and that is to say, no, you guys, you've been through unimaginable horrors in our country, and even if you are here illegally, you can continue to live here forever. Now, of course, if it turns out that someone is here illegally who happened to live in that tower, did go through all that, and it turns out that they are actually not just here illegally, but have committed in the past a criminal offence for which they haven't yet been punished, and maybe the goalposts start to change. But basically, come on, let's do the decent thing. Tim didn't agree. Quite a few people haven't agreed this morning, at least on text and tweets and emails. I want to know what you think. Do you agree with me or do you disagree? Don't worry, if you do disagree with me, well, we can have it out. But I'll let you have your say. Queuing up on the phones. Let's go first to Chloe. You will get through, though. Chloe in Eltham. Chloe, morning.
Hi.
Welcome to the show. What would you like to say?
I kind of agree with Tim a little bit. I hate to admit it, and anybody that's listening, I hope you don't judge me. But I don't know, but I think that if you're illegal, why are you illegal? I think there's a big thing to be in a country and be illegal. Because if I was going to go to, I'll take Australia, for example, a lot of my family emigrated to Australia. If I want to emigrate to another country, why am I going to do that illegally? And I think there's a big thing about going to a country and not having the citizenship, and you're not there. You're not there, and you're not doing the right thing. So I know I sound pretty heartless, as everybody is going to think that about Tim, and I know that your house burnt down and you lost a lot of things, but it happens. It happens, and this is the world that we live in, unfortunately. And
what is the world that we live in? A 24-storey tower block is burnt to smithereens.
I don't think anyone meant for that to happen.
No, of course they didn't mean for it to happen, but it shouldn't have happened. That's perfectly obvious.
But it's happened.
And if it has happened, if it had happened to your loved ones, if you had, for whatever reasons, perhaps out of desperation, you hadn't been able to get into the country where you wanted to get to, whether it was for economic reasons or you were trying to escape something awful somewhere else, and your family, Chloe, listen, let me ask you the question. Your family managed to get with you to another country, and then your house burnt down in the most appalling circumstances. Wouldn't you hope, at the very least, and I would say expect, the state to say, OK, these are exceptional conditions, these are exceptional circumstances, our hearts go out to you, we are going to say to you, despite the fact you're here illegally, why ever you're here illegally, you are going to be able to stay here in this country for the rest of your life. Why is that so much to ask?
No, I don't. I'm not disagreeing with the fact that they shouldn't stay here for 12 months.
No, I get that, but why not for longer?
Not. I feel like 12 months, absolutely, that's reasonable. 12 months, you can completely sort your life out.
No, can you sort your life out from the trauma of having everything burnt down?
It must be better from where you came from. 100%, because if you're illegal, from where you came from, it must be 100% better, regardless if your house burnt down or not. Because if you're illegal and you've come to the UK, you're an asylum seeker, and you've come to another country, then you are seeking asylum in our country. So if you want to come here illegally, then from wherever you're coming from, whether your house is burnt down or not, this has got to be better.
What's got to be better? This country, yes. This country has got. Yeah, this country has got to be better. So so I'm not encouraging illegal immigration, but I am saying that if you are an illegal immigrant and you then have had to endure these horrors, surely at that point we say, okay, we'll make an exception for you. It's going to take you years, maybe decades, to rebuild your life, and you can do that in this country.
Sorry to cut you off. But if you was to stay in your own country, then what would that have been? Would that have been worse for you? So I completely understand what you're saying. And
you mean it would be worse than you mean your own country?
Than where you've come from.
But wouldn't it be worse than the fire, though? Would it? Surely.
But we have welcomed you into your country, and unfortunately, your house has burnt down, and I'm very sorry about that. And we did not mean for that to happen.
But anyway, off you go now. Sorry, you're terribly sorry that your house has burnt down in appalling circumstances. You've lost your wife and your children, but back you go to wherever you came from.
No, but you've got 12
Chloe, thank you. Listen, I fully support you having your view. That's the whole point of these conversations. I completely disagree with you, but really interesting to get your point of view.